I've said it before in a few previous videos that there are actually more ghost towns in the state of Nevada than people towns. Well, we're headed to another ghost town today, so you're really going to enjoy this adventure. We are headed to a town called Marietta, Nevada. You probably heard of Marietta, Georgia. This place is completely different. So, welcome back to Beers and Frontiers. Well, welcome to Marietta, Nevada, population 0. Well, at least I think it's 0. I mean, there's like another settlement down the road away from this kind of abandoned part of the town. And let me just tell you a little bit about Marietta. I think it was established in 1877. And right after that, about several hundred people flocked into this area and established this town. So we're going to take a poke around and see what we can discover. All right, let's see what we got here. All right, so this seems to be like one of the larger structures here. And I can't really tell you what this might have been. It's like a long structure. I'm going to flip around and see if we can get a better view. You don't want to see more of me. You want to see more of what's going on over here. All right. So you can see. So a little bit about Marietta. I guess, it was really hard to get an exact population count from back in those days, because every day people were coming and going, so you never really could get an exact count. But I know this town once had enough folks in it that it actually had 13 saloons. Now, that's my kind of town. Then an entry to a mine, and I like the fact that they have it cordoned off, because you don't want to fall inside that thing. Maybe what's going on over here? Maybe entry to another mine here, or just some sort of old structure. Who knows what was down there? You still don't want to fall down there. You don't know. Maybe rattlesnakes. Okay. But let's walk closer to this other structure here. I think there's a cemetery out there somewhere. So let me tell you a little bit more about Marietta. I mean, back in the day, it was a pretty lively town. Like I had mentioned, there was 13 saloons, a lot of drinking, a lot of gambling. And for a small town, it was a rowdy town. If you were looking for trouble in 1880, this was your place to be. Marietta, Nevada. All right. Now, what made Marietta prosperous was the discovery of salt and borax. And that made the town, I think it was about 20 years, this town was just booming because of that, the minerals that they had found here. But what happened is they found a bigger borax deposit down in Death Valley, which isn't too far away from where we are. So because of that, began the decline of Marietta. And, like the story's been told, once the minerals go away and they find a better spot to go, all the prospectors go there. And then that becomes the new hot spot, But we do have some remnants left over here. As you can see behind me, let's take a closer look. So I don't know what this may have been, but it's starting to crumble over time. It looks like a bunch of rocks that were just stacked together. And I don't know what this is. I see a lot of structures that are very similar to this in Marietta. Now Marietta, how we got here, it's about an hour and a half north of Tonopah, Nevada. And that's our big hub. That's where we stop, overnight, maybe for a couple of days, because when we want to hit a lot of the ghost towns that are in the proximity of Tonopah, that's where we stay. But to get here, it's about, like I said, 90 minutes north. And then you're on a dirt road for about 9 miles. And that was actually took us about 40 miles. Very bumpy, a lot of corrugations, a lot of rocks. I would recommend an all-wheel vehicle. I mean, you could do it probably in a car, but I wouldn't advise it. So there's the vast, I don't know, it's hard to capture this on the camera, what I'm looking at, but the surrounding areas is just so much open range. And then you can see my vehicle in the distance. Now there are some other things to look at, and we're going to try to get to another part of this area. I thought I saw a settlement down the road where there may be some people. So let's see if we can go over there and see what we can find. Looks like out in the distance here, coming upon a graveyard. Let's keep walking towards it, and I will give you a closer look at that. All right. Made it to the Marietta Cemetery. Now, it looks like there's some people that were born, that were buried here not too long ago, like 2009. Opposed to over here, where I can see somebody named Lest, actually 1880. And a guy named Chet. There's a bottle of booze out there for him. And then what do we have here? Okay, so 2016, and this may be from the nearby settlement down the road. Who knows? All right. Okay, there you go. There's your Marietta graveyard or cemetery. Now, all right, what this is here. Okay. I don't know. Now, by the early 1900s, and because of the discovery of borax in Death Valley, the decline was on, you know, as we mentioned. But by 1920, the only thing left here was ruins and burrows. No, allegedly there's supposed to be burrows because we're on this burrow range, the Marietta Burrow Range. But in the drive-in, we haven't seen any. But if we do discover some burrows, we will provide the footage, that is for sure. All right, let's see if there's anything else I can show you. All right, so as I mentioned, a little bit further down the road, there was a settlement. So we found a few probably remaining buildings of the old Marietta, and then there's the water tower right there. But in the distance, there's some old abandoned trailers. People lived out here probably maybe 20 years ago and have since left. It's pretty hot out here. It's like 100 degrees, like in the middle of the summer. And then back way out there in the distance, you can see maybe a small settlement of people. So we're not going to go over there. We're going to leave those people alone. But yeah, Marietta is definitely a cool place to visit. If you're into ghost towns, it's not that hard to get to. You just have a little bit of patience and a good vehicle, lots of water, sunscreen. We recommend if you're going to come out here in the summertime, you do it early in the AM. Like right now, it's about 10:30 in the morning for us. Because I think in another hour or so, it will not be a place you want to be. So, I don't know what this thing is. Looks like they have like a water tank in there. Maybe that's just to cover it. I'm not sure. There we go. They say there's the water tower. It looks like it was probably an old barn or garage. I see it's kind of like a modern day garage door on that thing. Interesting. Okay. Well, that's about all I have for you from Marietta, Nevada. I hope you enjoyed your stay with us and hit the like button if you did. But until next time, cheers from Beers and for Tears.